regulating development with the corporate limits of Greenback, Tennessee, to minimize the danger to life and property due to flooding, and to maintain eligibility for participant in the National Flood Insurance Program. And what that is, Loudoun County, when they come out, if you're gonna build, and it's within that area, then they have to control over to see how much runoff you're gonna cause, or how much, erosion and stuff like that. And I think those rules are set by the state, and that's all that amounts to, is just, they're gonna make sure that everything that is new building will comply with it, so they can get flood insurance. So, and I'm sure there's a lot of little towns right now that wish they had it, you know?
Yeah.
So, anybody got any comment on that?
I think that's a very good idea, especially with the growth that Greenback is experiencing, you know, and people are just really wanting to come here because it's a fabulous place, but we do need to see how that affects, you know, people when bills come. You've got houses popping up everywhere, and if we don't have that, and we end up in a mess down the road, you know, it'll be a problem. So I think that's a very good choice to do that myself.
And it'd probably also keep people from, doing a lot of dirt work that changes to natural water runoff.
Absolutely.
It'll
Does that
help-
affect if
it'll
you
help
do,
with that.
not demolition, what's the word, moving dirt?
Yeah, it will
Excavation.
affect some.
You will have to have a permit to do that excavation, have it looked at before you do certain excavation, or is it just building?
You won't be able to disturb the water runoff
Okay.
like they have been getting, I don't.
Any
that's
development.
part of it.
Any
Any
development,
kind of
doesn't matter, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
have a building on it, just development, okay.
So is this the hearing or is there?
I personally think it'd be a good idea, since we've had some people pulling in double wide mobile homes and, not having permits and things like that, because I've actually checked on them, so I think it would be a great idea.
All right. I'm gonna call the meeting to order. And I'm gonna have a roll call here. Christie?
Here.
Johnny? Here. Linda?
Here,
Delmer?
Here.
I'm here.
amen.
Okay. All present.
Quorum.
Yeah, and we do have a quorum. Do I hear a motion that the adoption of the February 11th agenda?
I make a motion.
Second.
All agree. Aye.
Okay, the reading and accepting of January 14th regular scheduled mayor and alderman meeting minutes. I always look at Linda because she usually comes up with something.
That's her specialty.
Yeah, especially, yeah.
I haven't found anything that I think is not correct, so I move that we accept the minutes as presented.
I hadn't either, Ryan.
I hear a second.
I'll make it. Second.
Roll.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Financial reports. Do you have any questions on that?
Kirsten, did it.
She answered my question.
Huh?
I just didn't know what some of these things were. Debbie's already answered them. So, I'm good.
And you can call anytime on any of this stuff like that right there.
Christie's one of our newest members, so she's getting indoctrinated. Yeah.
Ayes have it.
We have a, accept.
Motion, I'll make a motion to accept it.
I second.
Done, ayes have it.
Have a roll call. Roll call. Aye.
John? Linda?
Here,
Roll call.
I accept it. Maybe- I thought we already done the financial report.
Okay. Council remarks. Anyway. Delma?
No, the only thing I keep wondering about is the old museum, or the old hardware building that we still need to deal with. That's the only thing I'm concerned about at the time.
Well, I've got to get with that gentleman right back there, Tommy. I was in there the other day, and there's a good possibility, I think, that we might be able to save half that building, because one part of it is still standing there where the beams are. I'm just gonna get some other people. Everybody's busy and trying to get everybody hooked up together. And I was wanting to get Charlie Osborne and Tommy done the museum first, so he knows what he's getting into. And for y'all that don't know, we had an estimate, and they wanted $500,000. And I figured this one had to be a good old boy job. You got anything?
Well, no, other than the fact, our last meeting, we had discussed, financial for, mayor and city councilmen, and I had called, Darren wanted some info on that, and, be no issue if you want the money, but we have to vote on it twice and put it in our report, and, but will there be any financials, receiving, this whole year of the 2020? It'd have to be next year. When we vote on it, we have to vote on it twice.
Okay. Did anyone check the other towns around here, what they pay?
I guess you did.
Bonner did, was it $200, $100 and $200 to pay?
No, Von Orr is, they pay the mayor $600 a month, and they pay the city councilman $125 a month. And I was gonna check with Madisonville and Friendsville, but one of them things I ain't got around to doing it, but anyway.
Can you delegate that out?
Well, I delegated it out to last week for y'all to check it out.
I did the national thing.
Okay. So, we got plenty of time.
Okay. Well, it's just been discussed now, so it's got to be put back on the agenda to be voted on anyway,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So, we can check the other cities.
Friendsville and Newton, Madison.
Madisonville. Of course, that's not, you can go down to Englewood or places like that, Rockford. And they'll tell you if you call.
Yeah, it's public record.
They was real helpful down in Vaughn. Johnny, you got anything?
No, sir.
Christie,
No, sir.
did I ask you that?
Hmm.
Okay. The old business. Update on the lawsuit with Greenback Fire Department. I went to the attorney's office the other day, and when I walked in, she said 15 minutes before I got there, she got another email that Mr. Scott had put it off again. This is 4 times. And I thought about just filing a complaint. That's unreal, 4 times. Get this thing on the move. anyway, the depositions, they're rescheduled for next month. So, that's where it stands.
March,
Yep, I got the dates, I got it written down, the email. I'll get it to you.
okay? Cause we by no means taking no more cancellations.
Well, I don't know.
We'll have to get Melanie.
I'm learning a lot about attorneys. I'm dealing with 3 of them right now, but I'm at really 4. And I didn't know it takes so many long, but, okay, that's where we stand with that.
With the other business, I noticed that you was over there with it Eddie Sampson, or who was you over at the?
I got the state to meet me out there on that deal across from your house. That's not the state's problem. It's not the county's problem, so it's back on to me. And I tell you, everything's been let go so long, these ditches, a lot of our roads' problem is that the dirt is piling up on the sides of the roads. The water can't get off the roads. And it causes, that asphalt just won't stand that water standing on it. But I've been looking into getting a smaller backhoe, purchase one, that Roger here, he brought it up that we could scrape the sides of the roads, and talking to Billy Pickle down at Loudon, he said that's one of the things that had to be done before you blacktop, because the dirt keeps going up on the blacktop and then you lose part of the road, whatever. So, and we got some ditches that's gonna have to be cleaned out, and I think that a smaller one, backhoe with a bucket and a boom on it, would come in handy for these guys, because we got places around here like this bridge that goes over the walking trail. It has washed out completely underneath it, and the rock's gone, and all it's holding it up there is concrete. So some of that stuff is going to have to be addressed, and I'd like for the city council members to give that some thought so we can figure out what we need to do. A lot of times when we got something going, maybe we can't get a hold of Tommy here, and bless his heart, Tommy volunteers to do a lot, but we're all getting up to the age where we can't do what we used to do and don't want to do what we used to do, and he's on call all the time. He's a pretty popular guy, but he's been in the past, he's been a blessing to Greenback, so I just think we just need to do that. And Billy, we were talking about paving roads. If the city has already got the roads cleared on the sides, that makes it easier for Billy to come in and help us with getting a better price on getting the roads paved. And that just takes something off of his plate. And the less he's got to work with helping us, the faster he can get something done on the roads. So,
I know last time we had it paved, we didn't do no cleaning, no edges of anything. And
well, what they done, they moved the road in.
yeah, they did.
Yes. And you only got a 1-inch asphalt.
That's exactly right. I brought that to your attention last time we was on city council, no thicker than that 1-inch asphalt with what we had to pay out.
Yeah.
So you saying the backhoe would be beneficial for that?
The backhoe would be beneficial for cleaning out these ditches that's filled up over the years right here, causing the water out, and then on the sides of the roads, to get down there and fix them places on the walking trail and stuff like that. And the thing about the backhoe that I was looking at, you can take the bucket off, you can take the backhoe off, and you can get one of them big mowers, belly mowers to go on that thing. So,
Well, to me, anything that's going to benefit the city of Greenback, what we need done, if that's what we have to do, I think we need to do that. but I know it's something councilman needs to.
Well, I'm gonna get the literature on that particular one, and then I can call down to Dooley's Tractors, and those guys down there will work with you to estimate what one of them cost and what has to be done. But we got a lot of small areas to get into. These people got these ditches behind their houses, whatever, and we got the alleyways. The alleyway is theirs to begin with. And when you get those ditches running along them alleyways,
Something gotta be done.
yeah, and it's a big job. I mean, just the little things that need to be done, but a lot of this stuff is we got it, so we're gonna have to do something about it, so.
Yep, can't keep putting it on.
Yeah.
With the backhoe, we can help our drainage problem quite a bit too.
Oh, yeah.
Get to the little places.
Okay, we're gonna have that. Anybody got anything else?
How many bids do we do before we make a decision like that?
On the,
Backhoe, like how many bids? Three. Okay.
well, we call it Tyler Brothers, they don't even talk to you. So, anyway. Okay, on this, we're gonna have the reading on this ordinance, the first reading. Do I have a motion that we accept that?
I'll make the motion, as I read it,
Oh, I'll second.
Okay.
all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll
These-
call.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Resolution concerning the date for elections, which has never been done.
That's what I was about to say, I've never, in the 8 years I've been here, it's not ever been done.
I know
Okay.
what it is.
Whereas the town of Greenback will hold an election on November the 3rd, 2020, to elect a mayor and 4 aldermen to a 2-year term. Whereas petition will be available to candidates starting June the 22nd, and the deadline will be August the 20th at noon. Whereas the election will be held at the Greenback School here on Morton Road.
And this is in connection with the regular, election that's being held anyway.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
Aye.
John. Ann.
Aye.
These positions don't have like term limits, do they? No, no,
Two.
like, the president can only have like 2 terms or something.
No. No, not if you'll be the mayor for 44 years.
They're not even term limits now.
That would be something to talk about.
Okay. Now I'm gonna turn it over to these 2 fine ladies right here.
3.
3, oh.
Oh,
Ignore me.
Oh, okay.
I'm
All right.
representative.
I'm sorry about that. Scold me later.
You're fine, Ross.
I'm Rachel Baker. I am the tourism director for Visit Loudoun County. And tonight I'm here representing the Loudoun County Committee for celebrating 150 years. This year is Loudoun County's 150th birthday, if you will. And for that, we've created a committee to host a years-long celebration. Not to create a whole bunch of events for us to run, but to celebrate being here in Loudoun County and all the municipalities, and we're very grateful for all the hard work that y'all put into making Loudoun County a better place to live, work, and play. We brought each of you a copy of the proclamation that Loudoun County Commission recently passed, just noting that Loudon, if you want to read your, okay. Noting that 2020 is a year of historical celebration, and recognizing June 20th of 2020 as
Loudoun County Historical Recognition Day.
Thank you.
Come to the courthouse lawn in Loudoun at 10 a.m. on the morning of, all you have to remember is June, because then it's 2020. Even Delmar can remember that. 20.
I'll pick up my birthday early.
There you go, we'll have an early party. So on that,
Maybe you're 152, Delmar.
so we are currently finalizing all the plans for that event. The major part of it, and why we're having it on that day, is because 50 years ago, a time capsule was buried there on the courthouse lawn.
Is anybody here that was there that day? I'd just be curious. Anybody was there 50 years ago when
Dan?
I'm not that old.
Delmar,
You're the Loudon girl.
I was in college.
Well, we have some trivia for you. So it is a time capsule that's buried, and if anyone's read the News Herald or heard online what the time capsule is.
I thought it was a little 2-foot box with
I
paper in it.
I would think it would be a box, but.
It is a
We're
big
wrong.
box. It is a casket.
No way, are you serious?
The funeral home
Yes,
donated it.
in a vault. So we hope that it's been so protected these past 50 years, and very much look forward to seeing what's inside, and
That's so
contacting families that wrote letters. You could write a letter for $1 back in 1970. The price of inflation has caused us to gone up to $5.
Society's gonna do that, it's gone up to $5, and I have a bunch of different things. So.
Kind of be like Madness, is what I'm referring it to.
You might actually have a letter in there from your granddad.
I just know.
And McGill Click has agreed to donate a new casket for us to put back in the ground with things from
If you
2020.
do like 1,000, can you put your ex-husband in there?
I'm not going to vote on that, ma'am, but
If he's cremated, you can put
if you'll fit in an envelope, $5 envelope.
anything in your envelope you want to.
And also kind of bringing gifts tonight. Greenback, y'all had requested 4 flags to fly over 2020.
That's
2020, I don't know what year. Upside down.
Hold that up for the camera.
Okay.
Awesome. Yay! That's so great.
We're almost getting you there. Here you go. Let's show the council members.
And we
And that's
also,
the cupola from the old courthouse.
So that's our official,
This is our official logo for the event,
and
and
we have another one that has the 150 on it that has all 5 communities. But the official seal doesn't have Tellico Village, so we had to create one that would include that. So we're also having a little coins made.
Squad's having a meeting.
And
We're
she's-
coins,
we
only
have-
150 limited edition.
oh yes. So
We've got some swag.
thank y'all for your time tonight. Really appreciate it. If y'all decide to do anything, of course, Cindy's got a lot going, so she will definitely, she's your point of contact here for the city, and if there's any other celebrations or anything y'all plan, of course, look to her to get that word out, and we'll do all we can to
Yeah,
help
my
you.
job. I did ask the mayor about the possibility of moving the parade, the 4th of July parade, to 2 o'clock on the 4th, because Loudon's doing theirs at 10, Lenore City's gonna move theirs to 12, and if we do ours at 2, it'd be 2-hour intervals, and everybody could get around. We were gonna do a parade with the casket and the whole thing on the 20th, but that's just, a couple of weeks before the 4th, and parades are a lot of work.
Yeah, they
And
are.
ours is so special and cool anyway. But this year, I think DAR, they're gonna have a bunch of dressed up ladies, and we're gonna try to have a lot more historic floats. So it would really be helpful if people had a chance to get
So if you all
from,
like to get
that
together with
it's-
this historic society and come up with themes, let me know, and I'll post that on there.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
well, it's, you know, just celebrating Loudoun County, but I'm hoping that
got
like,
four.
that we would do the,
But y'all get to choose where you're gonna
concerns, that, you know, that shows
I
our
want-
history.
I want to thank you.
Thank you.
You know, it used to be the joke that we were the redheaded stepchildren over here
Wrong
across the
side of the
river.
river.
But, we appreciate you coming,
You're very welcome.
being a part of us.
We have been to the Greenback Diner, and I have had my first grilled honey bun.
Oh,
But you're
yeah?
only,
We have had a cultural experience
you're
tonight.
only 5 years old, so you
Philadelphia, Tennessee never had grilled
They
honey
didn't?
bun. I can guarantee it.
Did you go up there?
Are we,
tonight?
are
We
we,
did.
are we
You
larger
hear the
than
band up
Philadelphia
there?
We
now?
did.
Are we larger
Yeah.
than Philadelphia?
I was
You all are
going to sing,
far
but I
more
didn't get there.
cosmopolitan than
Well, we'll
Philadelphia.
have to come back and hear you.
I know.
All right. I'm still trying to figure out how to say that word.
Sesquicentennial.
Can I just say squat?
He's gonna say 150.
You wanna say it?
Can't say that.
Centennial.
150 years.
Okay.
That'll do.
You'll know how to spell it by the end of 2020.
Oh, yeah. Do I have any comments from the audience?
Having like something to say,
Yeah, this is comments from the citizens.
oh, general comments. Lord, I should have something. Not really, honestly.
Are you sick?
Shock.
Huh?
Are you sick?
No, that's really weird. Let me get prepared here just a second. Okay. I'm gonna make comments to things you talked about. Can I do that first? So, I'm Wendy Titsworth. I'm the city events coordinator, in case anyone doesn't know that. So, I think it's a great.
Introduce yourself to these ladies so they know.
Hello, I'm Wendy Titsworth, the city
She
events
owns
coordinator.
Coordinator.
Yeah.
She owns a depot.
So I think the piece of equipment is such a good idea. I think we need something and we don't need to be out there with shovels. So I'm really happy y'all looking into that because when this water comes, it makes me just terrified for people who, I have so many friends that are dealing with sewer issues and hopefully once this ridiculous lawsuit, once we get our land back, we'll be able to get some grants maybe for sewer systems, which I hope that is in the future for Greenback. That'll be very important. Next thing we have coming up, we've got some things coming up in April for the events. We're gonna have a cruise in that'll be at the depot, and then following that, the next closest thing we have coming up is our Easter Bunny breakfast, so that will be coming up also. I wanna thank the mayor for stopping by and having his Valentine picture made at the depot. We appreciate you taking part in, community events, as we appreciate all councilmen doing that. It means a lot to the family to do that, so. that's
Last year I
great.
got a 5-gallon bucket
Yeah,
and I spray painted hearts on
Yeah.
around through there and I give that to the wife so she can feed that cat.
you're such a romantic.
She got the
Yeah.
Valentine, yeah.
That was great.
But he hadn't been able to get back in the house since.
You're living in the barn with the cat.
Yeah.
And one thing that I do want to make clear, can you hear me okay on that? One thing I do want to make clear is to our community, anyone here and anyone on Facebook, that your council members are here and you are welcome to contact them at any point with anything. Our mayor is doing a fantastic job, but this is his backup here. And you call Christy, you call Johnny, Linda, Delmer. Delmer, you can call him like at 1 in the morning. He really likes that. No. But if you just, you can contact anyone. And the council doesn't know our needs until we tell them what those needs are. So if you see coming up, be a good citizen and let somebody know, and that's how we make it better. So I appreciate y'all very, very much. Bang up job.
Wendy's going to put on a lip sync contest too.
Yeah, Linda has suggested we put on a lip sync contest at the depot, and Linda's gonna do a Tina Turner number. With the wig and the skirt and the high heels, so that's gonna be a good thing. We're gonna raise some more money for the park that way, so that'll be good. It'll be great.
Well, when Wendy gets it together, I thought it would be a good idea that she put on the lip sync contest. That way you can dress up as a character that you're going to customize that. And there would be an entry fee too, and then determine the amount of money, whoever the winner was. And I thought that would be a good way to raise some money too,
Absolutely.
for the
Yeah.
park.
Would be great.
I think it'd be fun.
I do too.
We'll dress Ben Wayne up like, Little Richard.
I wonder what the mayor's gonna say. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Huh?
Let's see what the mayor's gonna say. We'll have him do some.
I said Little
I ain't
Richard.
doing no more
Little
dunking.
Richard.
Dunking contests like to kill me.
I know.
What can we get Johnny for?
Oh, we'll have something special for Johnny, don't you worry.
Let's just put that on the table for later.
Johnny should be Garth Brooks.
Oh, Mark Brooks.
Yeah.
Heather, did you
Christie-
and
Christie
Wendy
is
get
new,
together
she's
about,
sitting over like
the group?
Yeah,
We have not. We will, we do need to get together about it.
We done got one picked out for her.
So
We
you
tried
talk
to make
about
it.
it, ask us to do it. Yeah.
It'd be good for Ben.
Well, I'm with Wendy about this lawsuit. If we could ever get it settled, then we can start trying to get grants. As it stands right now, that keeps the city from moving on.
It does.
And hopefully it'll get resolved.
Is there, can I interrupt and ask if there's any, could he just do that forever? Like, could he just keep putting it off forever? Or
Well,
is there
somebody will eventually say we've gone as far as I'm going. And
and who does it, the judge or the?
evidently, the judge or the insurance company that's paying this lawyer,
Yeah,
or somebody is gonna say, this is it, it's
right,
it.
okay.
I think if we, as a whole, get with Melody and tell her this is it. I mean, you know how the attorneys and the judges, they hobnob together and eat lunch together and all that stuff. Well, if the opposite attorney can keep telling this judge to put off the dates, why can't we force, Melody to say, hey, this is enough?
Right. Yeah, it is enough.
It is enough.
If you're holding up a whole entire city, that's enough.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I think that we ought to be able to get with Melody and just say, hey, we want to force the issue. We're not putting it off anymore,
Right.
Why can't you just tell the judge just like that, their attorney?
And if it would help if we need to get like 150 people to go up the next time the judge is making that decision, when Melanie goes to him, we'll be glad to get those people to stand right
Right
behind
now.
while that's happening.
Right now, it's not getting to the judge.
Okay.
And it
Well,
won't
is there
until
anything
August.
that the citizens
Won't
could do,
until
like a
August.
letter writing campaign to say, the people of Greenback want this resolved quickly? Like,
I don't think you can push that judge.
Well, it's not.
My,
We can't, the attorneys can.
yeah, one of my attorneys, I found out the other day, he is on the board with the state that controls the judges. And it would be hard to push that judge. But if he allows it to keep on going, and then since he's a member for the state, that if there's a problem with a judge, he's one of the 19 that will work on it.
Okay.
And I've already talked to him about that.
Okay.
This attorney is just putting it on and off. He keeps saying he wasn't the attorney for the city of Greenback, but when you write a check and he cashes it,
He is.
he was the attorney. So,
He was voted in when we were on the city council at that time. Because you wanted Melody at that time, and that's who he wanted, so he was voted in at that time.
yeah. So,
Okay.
anyway,
We'll just keep our hopes up that
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And hopefully I don't think there's any problem about getting their land back. It's where Tom he wants me to sign off on that he won't be liable for anything down the road, which there ain't no way I can sign off on that. And all this other stuff, it's coming in line, and then he's gonna have to answer.
Yep, here.
So, anyway, that's where it's at.
Okay.
All right, any more?
Make a motion to adjourn.
All right, I hear a second.
I'll say.
We are adjourned.